We've come here to douse the past. When visiting castles, churches, or in fact even just leaving your house, psychic protection is so important. If you don't, you're leaving yourself open to all sorts of problems, from detrimental forces, black blobs of energy that have been created by other people's thoughts, gossip. It could be any number of reasons. It's a bit like walking outside when it's raining. You don't go out without a raincoat. The same thing here, you should not go out without some form of protection surrounding you. Now, over many years, people have used cloaks of protection. But of course, the difficulty there is it's not going underneath your feet. So again, it leaves you wide open to attack. The one that I use every morning is a very easy method, and it has to be. You need these things on very quickly rather than having to take half an hour. You need to stand or sit with both feet planted firmly on the ground. And then imagine this beautiful white light coming from Mother Earth, up through your legs, through your base chakra, your sacral, and into your solar plexus, that spot probably about 2 inches beneath your sternum, the bottom of your rib cage. And imagine the same thing, a light coming from upstairs, coming from above, through your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, through your heart chakra, and again into your solar plexus, where it meets the earth light, if you like. And these two, from cellular level, will actually mix and then push through your body. And as it does, you just ask for your body to be cleansed of everything detrimental and inappropriate to you. Imagine this pushing through the whole of your auric field, taking away all the junk as well. As it gets to the very outer edge, you ask for it to be taken to the light, to be disposed of appropriately. And then ask to be given full protection. And you'll have this beautiful bubble of white light surrounding you. It's like a spiritual suit of armour. As you will have gathered by now, dowsing is sensitive enough to pick up residual energy of human activity. What you may not have realised is that you can pick up past energies, including spirit of the deceased, rather like a medium but using dowsing rods. Spirits are everywhere, but a castle like this provides us with an ideal opportunity for soul rescue. Before coming into the castle, we dowsed to see how many lost souls there were here, and there are about 38 that need moving into the light today. All I would ask is there anybody that met their demise close to here? Yes. Can you show me where they did, please? Then literally, as the dowsing rod points, I'll just be following the dowsing rod through until I get a reaction. And here, some poor soul in a skirmish lost their life in this particular point. Now, when I first started dowsing, I wouldn't have said that I was particularly sensitive to atmospheres and areas. Having stood here now, I'm just getting massive goosebumps. The person knows that I'm here, and the person will know what I'm here to do a bit later on. So he'd lost his life here. We can also trace his path, how he got here. Now, was he an attacker? No. Was he one of the defenders? Yes, he was. And then with the dowsing rods now, we can retrace his footsteps by saying, which way did he come to get here? The dowsing rod moves, and as you just follow it in that direction until you reach the point where he came from. We can tell that he actually came from the round tower just in front of us here. Before I move any lost soul on, I quite like to know a little bit about them. It just helps when you're talking to them. This gentleman, for instance, we can work out how old he was when he died. 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, late 32s, maybe come up to his 33rd birthday. Height-wise, about the same as me, so about just over 5'10". Quite a stocky lad? Yes, he was quite a stocky lad. Was he wearing much armour? No. A sword? Yes. I've just had a message that he's more than happy to be able to be moved on now into the light. These guys generally, unless somebody's reluctant to go for whatever reason, will normally jump into the light very, very fast. So with him, I just arranged for this wonderful beam of light to be shown in front of him. And then I would ask to call in perhaps a past relative that he might recognise to come and hold his hand. I therefore invite you now to step into this beautiful beam of light, to be with your family once again. Then after that, we can just double check, has he gone to the light? Yes. Is he happy? Yes. And then the final question really is, are there any other souls here that wish to be moved on today? Yes, there are. I wouldn't recommend any beginners to do what we've just done as far as the soul rescue is concerned. It's a wonderful thing to be able to do later on, But as with everything else, it's practice, 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 and really start off dowsing very basic things. The soul rescue that I carry out is something that I've honed over many, many years. When I first started off, if anybody had told me that I'd be actually moving ghosts and spirits on, I would have laughed and probably run a mile. But it becomes part and parcel of a spiritual way of life. How can you come to somewhere like this and ignore, when you have a tap on the shoulder, spirits that are around here that realise what you do and then want to be moved on? But please, 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 don't do it on day one. You really have to know what you're doing before you do it. Psychic protection, you have to be 100% sure that you are totally protected, that you believe in that protection as well. Do not attempt to do this straight away.